arrest photo of Minnesota civil rights attorney and activist Nikema Levy Armstrong is raising alarms because the federal government appears to have altered it using generative AI. The original image seen here shows Armstrong being escorted by law enforcement after a protest at a St. Paul church during a worship service. That protest targeted a congregation attended by a senior ICE official. The photo was first shared by Kristi Noem, showing Armstrong with a neutral facial expression and consistent lighting. But hours later, the exact same photo appeared on an official White House account, but visibly altered.
The White House has been caught faking evidence against anti-ICE protesters. This story is breaking and it is insane, so buckle up and hit that subscribe button. Remember how Trump is trying to prosecute ICE officers who violate Fourth Amendment rights? Oh no, wait, sorry, I forgot. I'm reporting from hell. Remember how Trump is trying to prosecute people for protesting ICE violating Fourth Amendment rights? Well, the White House has now been exposed for posting fake evidence against him to social media in a story which is now blowing up.
Attorney General Pam Bondi has announced the arrest of 2 people involved in an anti-ICE protest that took place in the middle of a Minnesota church. The Attorney General saying on X, "Listen loud and clear. We do not tolerate attacks on places of worship." One of the people arrested is Nikema Levy Armstrong, one of the protest organizers. According to a Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, Levy Armstrong is being charged with conspiracy against rights, a civil rights felony that makes it unlawful for a group of people to intimidate anyone trying to exercise a constitutional right. All of this coming only days after Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon put former CNN anchor Don Lemon, quote unquote, on notice for filming and interviewing the protesters in the church as they all entered the service. Now, Levy Armstrong has claimed the group did not do anything threatening with their protests, saying on CNN that the group did not rush into the church and instead participated in the service before asking the pastor about David Easterwood. He is the field office director for ICE in St. Paul and is also a pastor for that same Minnesota church.
You might be wondering what kind of genius internet sleuths caught them faking evidence on social media, but you're forgetting that the Trump administration is about as competent as a frog on a skateboard wearing a baseball cap, and that this faked evidence could literally have been spotted by a baby. In fact, has anyone got a baby with them? Grab your baby, for demonstration purposes, I'll pretend to grab mine, and ask them if they want to play a game of Spot the Difference. Would you like to play a game of Spot the Difference, baby Chris? Yeah! Okay, well here's photo 1. And here's photo 2. Okay. Can we spot the difference, baby Chris? Yeah, that lady do a different face. Thank you. You heard it from the mouth of a babe. The lady do a different face. We now have a White House that is posting fake images of people they are trying to prosecute for insane political reasons. I mean, do we really think for a single second the current government will be trying to prosecute Republican protesters for protesting in a left-leaning church? Let's ask baby Chris. Fuck no. Whoa, I've got to teach this baby some manners. But it has a point. The Trump regime won't even investigate an ICE officer who shot a woman to death as she drove away. But they've signaled that they're determined to prosecute people for the heinous crime of making some noise inside a church. Reports are saying these people are concerned by this development.
Let that Holy Ghost language come up out of you. Go ahead.
Speaking of batshit crazy people, look at the Trump administration's response to being called out online for posting fake evidence about somebody they are actively pursuing charges against. Look what this MAGA troll said. Yet again, to the people who feel the need to reflexively defend perpetrators of heinous crimes in our country, I share with you this message. Enforcement of the law will continue. The memes will continue. Thank you for your attention to this matter. What a weird troll. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's not a troll. That's the official White House account, Deputy Assistant to the President and White House Deputy Communications Director. This is the White House Deputy Communications Director. Let that sink in for a second. The White House Deputy Communications Director is doubling down on posting altered images and calling them memes as real evidence on official communication channels. What this person is effectively saying is, I am the least qualified person for this job in the entire fucking planet. And if you thought these shit stains couldn't embarrass and smear the good name of the White House anymore, look what was posted as a response to this. Excuse me? Is that digitally altered? Debunker, fake myth? So basically a 4chan meme. Like, a meme aimed at people with the emotional intelligence of a grape, of a banana. of a piece of squishy banana bread. Oh, but who posted this? Oh, the White House Deputy Press Secretary posted that. That's where we're at right now. We literally have, like, high school jocks and mean girls running stuff in the White House, posting dumb memes that 14-year-olds think are funny as a response to being called out for lying about evidence. That's where we're at as a country. It's fucked. And if you want more proof of what a giant bunch of immature, unprofessional losers these MAGA idiots are, a judge just aggressively bitch-slapped down their attempted prosecution of reporter Don Lemon, which basically never happens. Check out this story. So a federal magistrate judge rejected the Justice Department's initial attempt to bring charges against journalist Don Lemon. The Attorney General is enraged at the magistrate judge's decision, a person familiar with the matter said. This is Attorney General Pam Bondi, of course, but it's not that deep because I'm sure she gets enraged by words with more than one syllable. Lemon has said he was present at the demonstration as a journalist and not as a protester. In a video of the episode, he actually says, "I'm just here photographing, I'm not part of the group, I'm a journalist." Cut to a MAGA fuckwit being like, well, that could mean anything. As the article says, it is highly unusual for the Justice Department to attempt to criminally charge a journalist who is actively working. I'm guessing in the same way that it is also highly unusual for the Justice Department to hire a gibbon stuffed into a sports jacket. Not that this is surprising, but this is how fucking stupid and incompetent the people Trump is sending after his enemies are. Look at this. Tension was evident during Thursday's hearing to review the arrests. Just minutes after the MICO began the hearing, MICO being the judge, federal prosecutors conceded that they had yet to provide copies of the arrest warrants to the two women arrested and their attorneys. Yet to provide copies of the arrest warrants. We can get them, Robert Keenan, an attorney in the Civil Rights Division, told the judge. Judge MICO then ordered a recess and vowed not to proceed until that happened, prompting audible gasps and some cheers from those in attendance watching an overflow room. This is what happens when you send a MAGA idiot up against professionals. Keenan argued that the allegations involved crimes of violence, but Judge MICO shot back that he didn't see any threat or use of force. Again, it's because it must be really annoying to these MAGA types to have, to be told by a judge, like, well, no, we're going to go along with what the evidence suggests. That must really piss them off. They hate that. They've been asking us for weeks now to ignore everything our eyes and ears tell us. And if you want to know about the amazing track record of these brilliant legal professionals the Trump team has dispatched, check this out. Before joining the Civil Rights Division, Keenan previously worked as a federal prosecutor in Los Angeles, where he argued that a local deputy sheriff convicted of civil rights violations should have his conviction on the felony count struck and should not serve prison time. What a fantastic candidate to work in the Civil Rights Division. It sounds like he truly cares about this subject. Oh, and he also went to Louisville to handle the sentencing for the police officer convicted of violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights. And he asked the judge to impose a sentence of just 1 day. Wow, he really sounds like a great person to be leading the civil rights. When Trump sends his people, he's not sending competent people because he doesn't know any competent people. I guess Trump is now seeing the downside of hiring useful idiots, or he would see it if he wasn't a massive one himself. I hope you enjoyed this video. That's all from me. Any last words, baby Chris? Yeah, subscribe, you fucking cunts. Whoa, Jesus Christ. This is what happens when you let your baby go on social media. I guess that's why Trump is the way he is. Anyway, for USDS, I'm British Chris.